believe it or not, there is faster ways to get things done when it comes to commentary videos, reaction channels, or whatever you're going for, generating ideas and coming up with the best trending videos that are currently going crazy. The videos that are currently going crazy and you have no idea how to do it. There's faster ways you can scrape content, get a video, have AI generated new ideas sitting for you, so then you can create your own video surrounded by that same topic. If it's anyone that you were inspired to be, say if you're in the hip-hop space and you want to be a hip-hop commentator and you look at people like Flacco and you want to make videos like him, it's pretty difficult having, getting the facts in, having all that laid out for you. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can take their transcript from any video you want, or like a list of videos, and just having a one button system where you can literally generate all the ideas, everything, just off of just pasting their video. So for this, we're going to be using NAN, and if you haven't used NAN before, there's going to be a NAN course that I'm going to be dropping soon. Not a course, but a YouTube video that I'm just going to be dropping very soon, a YouTube tutorial for all beginners on how to use NAN, how to set yourself up. I did drop a video on just like automation thinkers and their vocab, what they be using day to day, like basically when it comes to explaining this thing. So in future videos, when I make these videos, I'm going to be using those, what's the word I'm looking, like vocabulary words that they be using. I'll be using them extensively. Like, you'll definitely hear me say them a lot, but just to go through the whole system, this is what we're building out. I call it the YouTube analyzer, but it's more like a scraper. It gets the transcript and scrapes the video, generates the ideas for you, and puts it in a Airtable. By the way, what you're going to be needing, Airtable is another, just think of Google Sheets, just a more automated AI version of Google Sheets. So yeah. And I do have, if you want to follow along, I do have a Google Doc that you could just go through step by step with images. You can see exactly what you should be doing. So for first thing is getting the Airtable, and then whatever it is, I'm gonna be literally using this for this video. So yeah, so you can get this with the JSON template as well in the description. It's inside my Discord. You just have to join and then go to the section, and then you can download all this completely for free. Real quick, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how this works, and we're just gonna do this right now through NAN. Usually whenever you have a execute workflow, it'll come from, like, if it's a client, it's gonna come from something like Lovable, which is a vibe coding website. You can create any type of display or do all crazy stuff with Lovable. I will have a video on that in the future as well, or these vibe coding apps that you can do. I think Google actually just dropped one, which is really cool. But yeah, these vibe coding websites you want to create with, that's how you actually get it to the client. But for this example, we're using NAN, and I'm just gonna execute real quick. We have a video from Flacco, the person I was just talking about in the hip-hop space, commentary, and we're just gonna basically paste this whole thing in, man. And real quick, the credentials that you're gonna need: overview, go to overview, go to credentials, and then this is where you put all your credentials in. So for this one, you're gonna need Airtable, you're gonna need YouTube, get your OpenAI, you're gonna need OpenAI as well. And I think that is it. I don't think you need anything else. That's all we're gonna be using for this. For Rapid API, I'm gonna explain what that is in a second, but Rapid API, all you have to do is go on a website for that, so you don't have to do any manual work. But so how this is gonna be built at the end, you're like your day-to-day, you're doing this for a client. Say you're just gonna go to the set video ID node, you're gonna paste your video ID right here, the last after the equal sign. So in this YouTube video, it'll be after this equal sign right here. You'll paste it in there, and then you're gonna go over here, and then you're gonna go to the get transcript node. This is the one with Rapid API, the one I just mentioned. You're gonna go on the website, and there's gonna be a curl code that you're just gonna copy, paste it inside the import curl right here. I already have it inside there, so I'm not gonna do it. And it's just gonna generate you all of the things that are necessary for this thing to work. So after that, that's all you need, and then you just click execute workflow. It's just gonna get the transcript. As you can see, I have all the steps labeled out here. Now it's generating the ideas for you using an OpenAI chat model. Boom, there we go, and it just saved into Airtable. Now if you go to Airtable, boom, it just created right there. The transcript is right here, the title, everything is in here. descriptions. I removed tags. Tags aren't that important, but you could add tags. The views of the video, the likes, it gets all of the information you need. And then boom, you scroll down and here is your new ideas right here. So central premise, Charleston White, critique of Lil Durk centering, and it just gives you everything. And then once you get this whole entire new ideas, everything like this, you can copy it. You can go to something like ChatGPT and then you can tell it format this to make it look better. Here's your text reformatted, clarity, hierarchy, aesthetic flow, and then boom, you have everything from that one video, literally just facts from Flocko, what they're talking about, and you're literally just pulling out ideas that can do. And then new commentary angles right here, the role of incarceration, like all of this is just things you can try out. The future of Lil Durk's career, right? And we didn't even watch the video, it's talking about it, Charleston White and Lil Durk's drama. It could relate, you feel me? So that's what I'm talking about, guys. We built out 2 steps you really take when you're really doing this to a client. Like I said, you'll go on like a vibe coding app, and this is where they'll type it in, they'll paste whatever they need, and then it'll automatically just get that. So we're gonna build this straight from the beginning. So here it is. This is a completely new workflow. I'm gonna name this YouTube scraper. You can name it analyze or whatever. And I'm going to be using my document that I created myself. So again, link in the description. You can join the Discord and have access to this. So as I said, before you begin, create your Airtable base. And if you are unfamiliar with Airtable, I will also have another tutorial covering on how to set up your Airtable, your credentials, you know, things to go with Airtable, why it's important for the future, because it's honestly way better than Google Sheets or whatever that you guys be using. That Airtable is really good. So right, just click create whenever you're on the app. You're gonna build an app on your own. You're gonna create a table that looks like this. You're gonna label it table 1 or whatever, whatever the name is, right? And we're gonna delete all this for now. Delete all these sections right here. As you can see, the tags, views, likes, you're just gonna create all of these and make sure you label them right. So I will also have a template for this YouTube analyzer. If you don't want to put all these in, you can just copy the template and then you'll do it yourself. But if you want to form this yourself, you're gonna go here, and then with each one of these you're gonna put a specific one that is like needed, right? So for title, it's gonna be like, pretty sure it's the long text. This is called a field, by the way. Each field is different, as you can see. So edit field, long text, edit field, make sure it's like the right one. So this one's long text, description is long text, tags is long text, views is number, comments is number, thumbnail is attachment, transcript is long text, view, and then new ideas is long text. So just copy that and you'll be good. Now, number 2, defining your ICP. This is highly important. I will make another video on this. Definitely, this is probably going to be my next video I create, because defining your ICP, especially now in general, is important. You need to have structure, in my opinion, just how I see things. You gotta have structure in everything, bro. Defining your ICP, which stands for ideal creator persona, who is the people you're targeting, not specifically your niche, but the people you're targeting inside your niche that you're trying to go for. So for a long time, this is what I didn't really define. For me, this is why I'm really talking about it now, like first, because it's crucial, right? And I talk about it here. Believe it or not, defining your ICP is one of the most crucial steps you can take. So I have a prompt you can put inside your LLM and get a good idea of what your ICP is. It will literally ask you like questions to make sure it's correct and make sure it's actually what will make sure you'll like get the right ICP for you. So highly suggest you just copy this, paste it into your LLM like this, and boom, right? Let's define your ICP. Let's start. Tell me briefly what your product, brand, or service helps people do. Once I understand that, and this is things you're gonna actually want to think about, right? It's not gonna come right out. Like, this is things you actually want to think about, take effort, and you know, actually understand. So throughout this whole process, ChatGPT got your back. And if you already know your ICP, then just make sure before you even start this whole thing, tell ChatGPT, this is my ICP, remember this, and this is what we're going for. Like, we're about to get started with this NAN system. Like, let them know this is what your ICP is and what we're going to be doing. So yeah, after you're done with that, you're going to go back to your LLM, and now you are going to basically make it an expert in this whole process. So you're going to be posting, and I know people use Claude Code and things like that to actually get better responses and stuff like that, which I recommend you try out. I haven't tried it out yet, so I'm not on it, but I'm paying for ChatGPT $20 a month. It's been very reliable for me. It's helped me, so I'm using ChatGPT. But whatever your LLM is, paste this. Now you are transitioned into an expert automation assistant trained to operate with the ICP, right? So I've defined for the system. It's gonna go back to the ICP that you just put in, and it's just gonna be way more accurate, right? So once you paste this inside, it's basically gonna form itself as like this expert, this NAN expert for you. So your results are gonna be actually good, right? So I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna start a new one, and then remember, my ICP is commentary media reaction channels. Commentary reaction media channel. Boom. Just like that. Now it is, good. Now step by step, pick your video. This is number one. Basically, step number one, pick the video you're gonna do. So we're gonna do a different one. We're not gonna do Charles Snow White since I just did that. All right, we're gonna do a video on Justin Bieber, and apparently he's doing streaming now. So this is another commentary channel named Hello Yasin, and he makes great commentary videos. And we're not going to copy anything yet. We're just going to leave this here, but now we're just going to build out in NAN what it's going to look like. All right, so the first step, we are going to get the trigger node. So for this example, we're going to be the trigger node, but like I said before, you can use Lovable, and you would have to use like a chat node or something like that. I will put that in like future videos for examples, but yeah, you're gonna be doing the trigger node. I do like using sticky notes just to make it look neater. So we're gonna name it get the video. Hashtag makes it like bold and everything. So yeah, boom, get the video. Boom, I want to make it like green. We'll do green. Boom, we'll set it up here, have it right here. And now we're gonna put the first node, which is a set node, which is, if you type in set, edit fields, set node, this is what we're gonna be using. So put it like right here, make this a little bit bigger, and then connect them both just like that. So first thing I always do is edit the name. So this is our set video ID node. This is where we're gonna be pasting our video ideas. So I'm gonna name it that, right? It's always good to name your stuff, in my opinion. And then you're just gonna click on add a field, and this is where you're gonna be pasting everything. So change it to expression. I changed almost everything to expression, but so right, set video ID, and so right, we're gonna put that to the side for now. And so we're gonna name it video ID, just like that. And then the value is gonna be the video, and it's gonna be the end of the video. After the equal sign, it's gonna be all the codes after that. Paste it right here to value, and boom. Now we can execute, and we should end up with right here. The output should look like this. Right, and now we are gonna add the next one, which is the YouTube node, where we're gonna get the video, obviously. So YouTube, and then you're gonna do get a video, and everything should be good from here. So you're getting the video, and then from video ID where it says here, you're gonna grab the video ID from the previous node. And this is why like NAN is so powerful, man. Like you just drag it in there, it's gonna be from the previous node. And now let's execute again. Boom, it should go through, and you should be straight. I'm gonna name this just YouTube. And shout out to Duncan Ragnoff, I think that's how you say his last name, but shout out to him. He's the one that performed this and showed me this powerful NAN system, and I've been using it for my own stuff. But yeah, so you just completed the first step, getting the video. Now you're gonna be, let's create another sticky note, and this is gonna be the transcript. So get the transcript, delete all this shit. Oh, what did I just do? Boom. All right, boom. And now the next node that is going to be added here is the HTTPS code. So I said code node. The request node is basically where we're going to be going to Rapid API and getting the things that you need. So put this right here, and now we are going to go to Rapid API. This is where you're going to paste everything in, and it's going to be through a curl, right? Remember this. All right, Rapid API is going to be linked in the description. Just go on in, create an account. It takes like 30 seconds. You should know by now, if you are an automator, that you should be creating accounts, but it takes 5 seconds to create an account. First thing you see when you log inside is the search bar and, you know, this whole dashbar. You're going to see a whole dashbar when you log in, stuff like this. And you're just going to go to the search bar and you're going to search up YouTube transcript, right? And it should pop up like this, and a bunch of transcripts should pop up, right? And you can pick whatever you want. Just make sure it's a YouTube transcript, not like a regular one, right? And there will be some that don't work, but most of them, the majority of them do work. So just pick one and make sure it's, you know, working. So I have a bunch of them. I'm gonna go back to what I was using before. So for this example, I'm gonna be using this one, YouTube transcribe. It's like, it just says this, and there's gonna be subscriptions that you're gonna have to get for free. So the first 100 is gonna be free, and if you want to upgrade, which is $6 for 10,000, which is way more, you'll be able to do that. So $6, and then the ultra is $15, which is going to give you 30K. So if you have a client, $15, just make sure the profit margins make sense. And yeah, just make sure they're actually using this product. But I already set mine up. I picked the $0 plan for this example. And yeah, so right, you're going to see this, and you're going to go to params. And this is where we're just going to be pasting in the link that we're going to be using. But before this, make sure you subscribe. It should say subscribe to test or something like that. And yeah, it's going to give you this curl, right? This whole curl is going to show up. You're going to paste the new URL inside here. So I'm going to just create the video real quick, paste it in here, and this is the curl that you're going to be getting. And you're just going to copy snippet, go back to the NEN, and now you are going to go to import curl up here and paste it. Import, and everything is going to get done for you. So the video ID, everything is just done for you. I don't even think, is this the video? It's not. So yeah, I'm glad I looked out for that. Make sure it's getting the right thing. So I don't know why I didn't actually, oh yeah, so I didn't even see this. It says video ID right here, right? Make sure this is gone, or else it won't work. Obviously didn't see that at all. I'm glad I picked up on that. Paste it right here, import, boom. And now we're just gonna save and execute workflow, see if it works. All right, so it worked, perfect. And we're gonna rename this to get transcript, because we are now getting the transcript. We look at the output and it should be working. And as you can see, this is the transcript. It starts with what's popping, y'all. It looks like Justin Bieber is in agreement with me. This is his intro. If you watch the video,
what's popping, y'all? It looks like Justin Bieber is in agreement with me.
As you can see, that's exactly what he's talking about. So right, we are now, as you can see, it's all broken up. This is all like messy, broken up, looks gross and stuff. But some of the transcripts will have like a one that isn't broken up and actually looks good. So if it looks like this and you actually have a good transcript, you'll see in the middle of these, and I don't know if I can see, like there's some slashes. You can see like some slashes right here, stuff like that, slash right here, slash right here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna copy this whole entire transcript, and this is when I'm using my own document just to follow along. Got the Rapid API, you did that, you're getting the transcript. Actually no, before even this step, we're actually gonna create the next node, which is the code node that we're going to be doing. So if you don't know, the code node for NAN is easily the most powerful node to make sure things actually go right and exactly how you want it. So type in code, it's going to give you, we're going to do the JavaScript and add it here. We're going to name it clean transcript. Always remember, this is like easily the most important part when it comes to all of your automations. This is where the magic really happens. So now we are going to get a code, and by this, I'm going to follow this. what it says. You're going to paste this inside NaN. I'm working in NaN. I have a YouTube transcript, but it's all broken up. I need you to create a code node function which combines all the transcript text into something normal looking. All right, boom. Just copy the whole thing. So pasted the whole thing, and now just delete all of this, like the actual transcript that it did neatly, just so you can have the broken version, because now it is going to give you a code node function for all of this. Just give it a second to do what it needs to do. Copy the code, go back, and now you can go to clean transcript and paste this in here. Just execute and make sure this works. You should be getting a transcript as in a response. So as you can see, mine came out perfectly. Sometimes it's not gonna work. Sometimes you're gonna have to make sure you go back to NA. And this is why I always talk about the ICP, because it's gonna make sure it really works well, because now you're making sure the ICP is in fact like all that. It's gonna make sure it performs well. So it's just better, you know, it'll just be better. It'll get a better output. So yeah, you got the transcript. It worked perfectly. Now we're gonna create the next node, and let's create another sticky note. This is the ideas. This is where we're gonna get the ideas. Get the ideas. I'm just calling it that. Now this is where we are going to connect the ChatGPT model, which you're gonna click on the plus button, go to AI, and then scroll to basic LLM chain. Boom. Have this out here. Put this over here. Make this a little bit bigger. That. Now you're gonna first go to, oh yeah, by the way, make sure you have the credentials, all that good stuff. You are going to go to model, make sure this is connected like this. I don't want it to look like that. Come on, bro. I want the workflow to actually look neat. You feel me? All right, there we go. So first off, let's just name this generated ideas. We are going to connect a model. You need a model, so we are going to use the OpenAI model. Here it is, chat model. We're using the 4.1 mini version. Now this is actually a good version for like quick responses, and you know, make sure it's also accurate and deep thinking. So I recommend 4.1. There's also better ones that you can use. You can use 4.0, all these other ones, whatever you think is better, use them, and yeah, you'll be shit good. But I'm using 4.01 MIDI. I'm sure there's a better option, but I'm using that one. But yeah, do that. And then we're going to add a code node, because we're going to be doing another code to run through the transcript, the generated ideas, to make sure it doesn't come out ugly, just like with the transcript. So we're just going to leave that there for now. We'll name it pretty output. We're going to open this, and first thing is the source for prompt. You're going to make sure this is defined below instead of the other one. And here is when we're going to now put everything that we need for the output. So the title is what we're going to definitely need. The description is for sure what we're going to definitely need. And the transcript is what we're going to need. That is the three main things that we need for this whole thing to work properly, right? And if you can see in the right side, this is where we get all the items. So for YouTube, you can go over here and grab the title. And I don't know why NaN does this, but you want to make sure, if it does this, just play around with it a little bit, but it's not supposed to be doing all that. Oh yeah, go to expression. That's why. Go to expression, and it'll be easier to drag these on. Description, and now transcript is, we have it right here. We have the clean transcript. Make sure to do the clean transcript, not the broken one. And boom, just like that. Now over here, if you scroll down to chat messages, we're also going to be using this. If using the chat model, which we are, add prompt and make sure it's set to system. And this is where we're going to be pasting a custom system like helper. And I also have this in the document. So if you go to the next step, I highlight this whole thing we just did. And this is where we're going to be pasting inside the message section. So for me, I have, you are a research-driven story curator trained to help commentary creators to build meaningful narratives. And it just goes through this whole thing. So we're just going to copy all of this. Boom, copy. and we're going to paste it inside the message section and just review it, all that good stuff. Make sure it's correct and exactly how you want it. So if you don't want dashes, say you want slashes instead, or like things like this, then make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. If you don't want all the dashes in your thing, make sure you remove all the dashes. You feel me? You can do that. Whatever it is, just make sure it looks good, and yeah, you'll be straight. Now let us execute this step, and it is gonna generate ideas now from the transcript, the video, the title. Is just gonna provide everything that we need, and here it is. As you can see, you can look at all this. Output is great. This is exactly what we want. You can see that /n and how it's kind of, you know, still ugly. This is what the beautifier is for this is what the pretty output is for. So now we are going to go back to our step, the beautify the output. We're gonna paste this into our LLM. So the format, and then it gave me something ugly. Can you give me another code node function to make it prettier? And then you're gonna paste the generated ideas. So copy this, paste it in here, boom, and you're gonna go back here and grab this real quick and paste it. There we go. Oh, it's gonna take a second. It's gonna even point out what it's wrong with the whole thing. And this is the code node that you're gonna be putting in. And it's so cool that you don't even need to learn how to code anymore. Like, geez, I'm not learning all that, respectfully. But yo, now we can put this in the pretty output right here. Control A, Control V, and let's just execute and see if it works. Sometimes it's not gonna work. Here's an example right here. As you can see, it did not work. Why? Because if you can see right here, it just says central premise, and then that's it. That's not the full transcript, right? It doesn't say everything else, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a screenshot of this thing, right? This whole entire code node, save it, and then go back to your LLM, paste the screenshot, and then tell them, and I have this in my step as well, still ugly. The code node is still ugly in the end. Make sure to double check. This is vital. So this is not really ugly, but it's still ugly and didn't give me the full transcript in the end. Make sure to double check and give me a clean formatted execution. This is vital. Whenever you say this is vital, for some reason it just says, all right, let me lock in, and it gives you what you need. So boom. So it didn't work again. We're just gonna do the same thing. We're literally gonna tell them still didn't work, gave me like 20 characters, and that was it. I spelled characters wrong, of course. All right, so this worked. We got it done. Everything is exactly how we want it. The format, everything just looks better now, right? And this is exactly what we wanted. So now that we have the pretty output, the last thing, we're gonna add the Airtable node. So search up Airtable, and this is gonna be create a record, or no, was it? Yeah, create a record. Boom, right? And this is where you're gonna go to credentials. Make sure it's the one that you're using. So I'm using Airtable. It's gonna be set on record and create. Leave that how it is, and the base is going to be what you're using. So your YouTube analyzer, if you have your whole thing added correctly, which again, I will have I know it is a pain sometimes to add the credentials and doing all that. I will have a guide and a YouTube video on how to do it properly for anyone might be struggling on that. Let me know in the description, or just join the Discord and let me know if you're struggling on that, and I will help you. It takes 5 seconds. I'll help you guys. So yeah, YouTube analyzer, and then table is going to be table 1, and this is supposed to pop up. So this is where we're gonna be going in the input section and getting everything we need. So first thing is set video ID. The video ID is gonna go here. Next thing is YouTube. We're gonna go here, get the title, the description. We can leave tags. Tags don't really matter that much, or you could, but he has 0, so don't really matter. You're gonna get the views right here, statistics, likes, comments, thumbnail. What thumbnail is actually different, but let's see where it is right now. It should be highlighted high res right here. So max res, the URL, drag the thumbnail right here, and it's not going to work the first time you do it. So make sure where the money sign is, the dollar sign, you are going to hit bracket, then curly bracket. You're going to do parentheses URL, and it's going to set another parentheses. You're going to skip through that, hit a colon, then you're going to go all the way to the end, and then you're going to do curly bracket, bracket, and it will work again, right? So just do that. Make sure you do exactly that. It will work. The next one is transcript. You're going to get the not the pretty output, the clean transcript, paste it in there, and then you're going to get the pretty output and put it in here, the new ideas, right? And this is all you need. Now let's name this stored data, and boom, this is the last step. And now if we execute this, it should work. Here we go, there it is, and we go with the YouTube analyzer, and as you can see, it is right here, number 23, because we did this so many times, we're just testing out, so it's going to be number 23. Views, likes, comments, the thumbnail, everything is here. And if you go to expand, you can do this, you can look at it better, and now you have data of everything you need. So imagine you do like 10 videos of this, you get all the data, you get all the transcripts, and you get the video ideas. So this is what I was talking about, and this is also in the last step as well. So you store data, we just did that. The last step is format and run the final ICP alignment pass in your LLM. So now that your ideas run are saved, filter them in more greater identity to ensure the concepts feel true to your channel's voice and purpose. And you can basically paste this in your ICP, like, so basically just go to go to ChatGPT or whatever LLM you're using, and basically go back to your ICP, go back to everything, and tie it back in. So even with the the ugly format you have right here, you can copy, Control A, and then just make this look prettier. I don't know, just look better. And then it's just gonna give you the better version, and now you can really read through it and do all of that is. And say if you want to combine them all, say if you have a list of videos that you want related to your niche, combine them all, views, you have this statistics, it will rank them. You could do so much with this, right, with a scraper. So that is the whole entire build. We just built it out completely from scratch, and you can get this scraper in my description. Wow, this is a really long video. Hopefully my future videos are not this long, because geez. But again, thank you if you watched throughout. I'm going to be dropping way more videos in the future, like I said, and make sure everyone is straight. My name is Ray. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.